ABC, Steen to shoot another video. It's my third in less than a week, so a bit of a comeback considering I hadn't done one for a bit of a while. So I think recently I decided that I was going to focus more on music from my past that I'm familiar with. I sort of had this thing where I'd go out and I'd buy bits and bobs of everything, things that took my fancy and discovering new things and stuff like that. And what I tend to find is that I was not focusing much on stuff that I already knew. So for instance, it's like U2, REM, Oasis, Prodigy, stuff from my history, stuff like that. And other than having all of the Prodigy albums on the vinyl, and I was in quite a fair bit of Oasis. Things like my REM, I looked and I've only really got Monster, Automatic for the People, which are my two, favourite albums of theirs. And I picked up the two live albums recently that they did, or released, the MTV ones. And it's like with U2, I've got Acton Baby box set and Zooropa, and that's it really on vinyl. So I was sitting there looking and thinking, there's a lot of bands that I haven't really got anything of, that I've most probably got a lot, history with growing up and things like that. So I've sort of made a point to myself to actually look for certain things that have been out, and so topping up my REM, topping up my U2, finishing off my Oasis, and things like that. So I went out the other day and went into my local record store in Leicester and had a look, and basically starting work a little bit late and thought I'll have a look around, and so had a quick look around, flicking through, didn't really see a lot I was interested in. One of the things I was going to have a look at is I was going to go to HMV and have a look, because Manic Street Preachers' Holy Bible box set was in there. So I thought, if I can't find anything in sort of Rockaboom, I'll go and have a look in HMV and most probably just buy that box set, because Manic's, when I was growing up, was quite a big influential band, and I liked a lot of their stuff they did. So, but again, no vinyl. And I was just walking out the shop, and literally just walking over the threshold of the door and out, and something caught the corner of my eye, a really familiar cover. And I had a look on the outside of the shop, and it was something completely different. So I popped my head back in, had a look again, and it was an album that I was talking to someone about the other day, and I think I posted it on the Facebook page that this was my first real introduction to the Manic Street Preachers. And basically it's I found a copy of Gold Against the Soul. This was the first time I'd heard the Manics, and basically what it comes from, the main track from here that is actually listed on the sticker is From Despair to Where. And I think I mentioned this as well, as one of the stories behind it was that there was a TV programme in the UK called Game On, and it was about three people that lived in a flat. One guy who was a recluse, never went out of the house. That was one of the backstories to it, because he had a phobia and all this, and two people that lived with him. So Ben Chapman, who from this went on to work in Hollywood, so he was in the Thin Red Line, Truth About Cats and Dogs and things like that, so British actor. And Samantha Janus, who I think it's pretty sure it's Samantha Janus, who's most probably more well known in UK circles than anything else. They were both in it, and another guy who lived in there. And basically, it's one episode, the start of an episode where he comes and there's music, the introduction From Despair to Where plays, and you can't see the guys walking around, puts the CD in, puts it in the CD player, and it starts playing the music and everything. And just as the quiet bit fades and the music kicks in, he bursts into the room and he's singing into a lamp that's on, and it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, and he's going mental of stupidly loud music, and his flatmates are screaming at him. And so that was my introduction to Manic. So I was like, what the hell is this? I have to listen to it, and found it, bought the CD. I wasn't collecting vinyl at the time, so I was really happy to pick this up. So it's an OG. I don't think there's any, not really seen any represses of it recently, but it is very good condition. I've just got to give it a bit of a clean, but nice insert lyrics, songs and everything, and then on the back got nice sleeve. So I was really happy to pick that up. Out of all the albums, that was the one I most probably wanted to pick up the most, because it was my introduction to them. So I was really happy to pick that up. I was standing there, I had a look, and I looked back at the same window that I'd completely ignored, and there was a copy of, and I posted this on the Facebook, and there was a bit of a discussion on it as well, because the guy said it was a very first pressing tri-gatefold thing, so it's like a gatefold and there's another flap that opens up. What's the story, Morning Glory? And he said there was no barcode on it. And when I put on the VC, there was a lot of conversation and about whether it was actually legit or not. I said I would go and have a look if I went back in and check it out, because I suppose there's a lot of question marks over whether it is legit, whether it's not. And I mean, there's a 3-figure sum on it, so the guy's looking for £100 for it. I mean, I'm lucky enough to own an original first pressing that I picked up, and so it didn't really interest me as such. But I went and had a quick look, and I realised I spotted another Manic's album in the window, and I was like, didn't even see it to start off. And just as I was paying for the first one, I seen this, and I went and had a look at the condition of it, and I said, right, I like that as well. So I basically picked up their debut album. So Gold Against the Soul was their second album, and Generation Terrorist is their debut album. Now, obviously I didn't discover them at this point, but I have had it after, and I think what's the standout track for me, and this is most probably Motorcycle Emptiness. There you go. It's very early. It's not very early. It's midday. But yeah, things like Slash and Burn I like, and Stay Beautiful I think is a very good track as well. But I really do like the sound of these two albums. Later on in this, I think they got not softer, but I don't think they were as raw as they were with the first sort of two albums. And again, this one's so really nice condition, original, first pressing. So it's really nice to pick that one up. So started off my Manic's collection with a bang, really. First two albums. I'm going to try and go on and collect some of the others, and I think it's really just focus some more on some sort of British stuff, I suppose, that kind of thing from my college years when I was growing up, just trying to top up that music, really. A lot of activity on the Facebook page yesterday, with obviously the conversation about the What's the Story Morning Glory, my post about the Manic Street Preachers. I also posted up the fact that, you know, have you ever passed on something, walked away, and gone back and you know, really regretted it. And I watched and subbed to David, the Vinyl Vault video, and you know, he was saying about he went in and there's a Dark Side of the Moon Japanese pressing, and he went away and he came back and it gone. You know, you've got that thing, you really want to get it, and all of a sudden someone's picked it up and you're just like, idiot. And I've seen these again in Rockaboom, and I was looking at them, and again it was two prominent albums from my college years, and I thought, I can't justify them. I'll see if they're there when I come back. And I think I looked at some things and realised that most probably could get them. So on my break, I virtually ran back to the shop to see if they were still there, and luckily they were. So I noticed one album first, and then noticed the other one. So I'll show them the album. So these albums are both from the same band. So basically, it's a very introduction to people that know Cranberries. So this is their first album, which is Everyone Is Doing It, So Why Can't We? This is an audiophile vinyl limited edition. It's numbered. I'm not sure what the total number is, but this one is 1140. So they're saying there is a non-numbered version of this as well around. So, but I think if you look at things like this, again, standout tracks, I think there's Dreams and Linger on this album. Again, I discovered the other album before I discovered this album. That's obviously, you know, the association with the music, you check out everything else. So, but this was a very big album in my sort of youth, and having a check of it, and I've not really seen it before, so I was quite happy to pick it up. And you look at things at Discogs and stuff like that, there's not much about. So I mean, it's got a slight seam split there at the top, just you can obviously see it here. But the inside and everything is really good. So you've got the CD sort of insert, and with just general things. So you know, the normal cover you would have got on the CD. So I've got a CD of this as well. So and then you've got the actual, show the information, catalog numbers and everything, and obviously same again. So absolutely love that one, really happy to pick this one. But this, out of all of them, was most probably my favourite pickup of yesterday, and a few of you will most probably know why. This is a fantastic album, and most people will remember it for one song. Basically, Cranberries, No Need to Argue. And again, it's very good condition, original, first pressing, nice gatefold sleeve, pretty basic, but just a nice big open space with them, with a rainbow in the background, and sitting on a sofa. So same as this sort of other album, front of this album had a thing about sofas apparently. But again, sort of had the CD of this, and it was really nice. So, but all the very sort of impossible to read writing, and then I could never read it. But again, just need to sort of give it a bit of a clean. But yeah, so the standout track from this album was definitely Zombie. Really quite different to the first album. It's quite a stark contrast when you listen to the first album, and then if you listen to even just Zombie. I mean, some of the rest of the album isn't the same kind of song as Zombie, but just the complete difference is very sort of rocky, and the video is quite quirky as well. So I think the package, as the video, the song, and everything was very good. So I mean, other than just a little indent at the top, it's in really good condition. So absolutely ecstatic, as you can see, full of emotion on my face. But yeah, so just wanted to share that with you. That's my I suppose my start. So I've done my Oasis videos and everything with my promos and everything, so I suppose that was the start. But yeah, I'm just going to try and focus on things like that. So hopefully you'll be seeing REM, U2, more Oasis, Pearl Jam, things like that. And Radiohead. And I will be pushing on from there. So thanks for watching VC, hope you enjoyed it, and look forward to seeing you all again. Cheers, bye.